Hello, welcome to round 5 of RTFR. End of the speed for 2025. Season 1 of the championship is well on its way, Eoin. We are at Layout Square at the Sidus Ring tonight.
Yes, indeed. So a huge away game for the vast majority of our competitors, and Sidus on the phone of their lives at the minute want to pretty much show off in front of their home crowd. So this should be very interesting.
They're not having it their own way, not all of their own way anyway, but it looks good at the top two. But we'll bring you that in a minute as we get on with tonight's proceedings. We're at the Sidus Ring for the second time in our broadcast channel history, I guess, and we're going to be here for 18 laps tonight around the 3.7 kilometer 2.3 mile custom configuration, which has sort of been constructed by various members of the Sidus team here at the Layout Square environment in Live for Speed S3. We've been discussing off air, Eoin, about the sorts of tracks that this is sort of inspired from. We've got a little bit of Bahrain in there, a bit of Kota. Chris compared it a little bit to Catalonia as well, a few sections in here that are familiar.
Yeah, certainly Catalonia would be turns 10, 11 and 12, or maybe a bit more Algarve to me. The Algarve circuit, that would be an inspiration. And then certainly the run up to turn 3 looks a bit like India to me. I'm not sure if that's true for anyone else, but yeah, certainly 4 or 5 different tracks have inspired this layout, I think. Yeah,
the good bits of all those tracks, let's say, because the drivers seem to enjoy it, and a lap on board looks quite nice. So let's get into it, shall we? We're going to be driving the XRT tonight, one of the stock LFS cars, one of the oldest cars in the game, in fact, all the way from essentially the first few versions of Live for Speed. This car has existed in one version or another. 2-litre turbocharged inline-4 rear-wheel drive configuration. Lots of fun around here, it seems. Let's have a look at the schedule. We are almost halfway through the year already, and we have confirmation of what round 6 is going to be. It's going to be a mod at South City Town Course. We look forward to that in 2 weeks' time when we take the Skoda Felicia kit car for a bash at South City, Eoin.
Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. I think we've had a Skoda licensed car on once before. So yeah, it is absolutely remarkable to have a new licensed vehicle in the game, and it is a mod. So obviously having to go through all the hoops as a small group or an individual modder, wanting to make sure they can actually use the Skoda branding and the actual Felicia shape is absolutely remarkable that that's been approved.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more next week, but thanks to everyone involved in making that happen. It's a monumental effort to put these mods together and get them into the game. But tonight, it looks like we are going to have an interesting grid. But before then, let's talk through the Drivers' Championship standings. It's Gabba and Rick Cardle leading the way with Sufor, who isn't here tonight, by the looks of it, not yet anyway, with Unite, Thamuli, Madjester, Rony, Dodislav, Falcon and Twincam rounding out your top 10 in the championship so far. Rick Cardle on the cusp of getting 100 points, but Gabba starting to stretch his lead. And as we turn our attention to those qualifying results that we have confirmed, the top 2 is the same order as the championship. It's Gabba leading Rick Cardle, but TCR Adam in there in P3, denying Sidus the top 3 lockout.
Yes, indeed. So Adam has come in to take away the home team's perfection in qualifying. An excellent lap there at the end, just breaking into the 147s late on. But of course, the 3 opponents all on the same team will probably try and squeeze them in, particularly the run up to turn 3. That's going to be quite hectic as we head to the grid right now. And it's a congratulations to Gabor and Thamuli on reaching their century. This is their 100th race start here in RTFR. So well done to them for making it 100 races. And let's see how they get on with their opposition as the lights go out, and away we go. So here we have the rundown, getting up to 100 kilometers an hour, nice and quick. So Adam will block any Unite approach. Thamuli stays on the high line as Dodislav in the slow white and perhaps a bit of purple. You'll see him on the turn in. There he is, taking the blue wall as his guide, sliding out a bit there in P5, but maybe Thamuli could take advantage. But now turn 3 is coming up, and there are plenty of approaches he can take to this one. Can't be too close to the wall though. Oh, a bit of contact there. McElroy and Maciek have had a small bit of contact, but Gabor streaking away from his pole position. And actually, Rick got a much better entry there. Rick has gained a lot of momentum back.
Yeah, we've got Themuli making a move on Dodislav. On the outside, it'll be into this fast right-hander as we enter the second, or the back section of the track. It is a pretty wide, this circuit, but still the driver's finding the walls around here, Eoin.
Yes, indeed. Hachiroku there was a bit close to the barrier and Nossel, so he was squeezed. But thankfully no major blowback from the impacts he faced on both sides. Now the sort of Bahrain style double apex left, and now they're running away again. So Rick doing a splendid job this lap to take the fight to Gabor here. Now another hairpin right, a bit more of a gentle curve this one, so you can get on the power reasonably quickly. And now this completes the lap, just this final right hand curve. Looks like Rick will keep it flat for the first segment, maybe just a small blip. And there we go, that's a lap of the Sidus ring.
It is indeed. As they come down to start-finish, they have pulled about a second, a second gap over everyone else. So pretty impressive stuff, as we've got Lorenzo and Magic having a fight down towards the first corner. And Rony in the background ready to pounce on any opportunity he gets, as per usual. And yeah, Rony making a move there around the outside. It'll be the inside for turn 3.
Unite's got an attack here.
Well, yeah.
Here we go. So Unite will have to stay in line there for the moment. Turn 4 is just a little bit too acute of an angle really to do anything neck and neck unless you're already committed to the move. So he wasn't going to put himself or Adam in that sort of danger zone. Turn 5 is flat in these cars before you have to get ready to slow it down, as turn 6 glides to the right there, staying nice and clear of the walls. Themuli eagerly watching just behind Sidus Unite and seeing whatever may occur. And yeah, still Adam defending very well.
Yeah, Adam defending the memory that is TC Racing as well. I'd love to see that livery back on a race, to be honest. Not the standard TC Racing livery, but a black variant that we used to enjoy. So nice to see it back here in 3rd place for now. Adam's live on Twitch as well, if you want to go and check him out. Adam_bro. But yeah, Unite needs to find another way around him if he wants to make the top 3 pink again. And well, Adam's going to make that plenty difficult for him, isn't he? He's not going to give that place up easily. He's going to fight it to the death. And well, as he continues to do that, the gap to the front opens up to over 3 seconds now, as we've got Majester and Jari Katila side by side over start finish.
Yeah, this could be a neat overtaking opportunity for Majester. Jari has lost position for now. Maybe he's too far back. Yeah, so I think Majester has completed the pass, and you can have a go with Moshe Makari for 13th position coming up in just a moment.
Let's switch back to Unite then, shall we? As we're coming up to the second sector of the track, and he looked like he was going to have a little move. He's gone to the inside here, and he's got a little bit of overlap on Adam. Nope, tucks back in behind. It's getting close with Themuli there as well. So Adam really is going to have his work cut out now. Trying to keep 2 cars behind him at this rate.
It's going to be real pressure to deal with 2 different opponents with different approaches, different desires in terms of how to get that position. But it is United at the moment just a little bit shy of position right now. And yeah, he has to back out. Otherwise, it'll be just a little bit too much to bear. And yeah, he's going to hang on in there through the final 2 corners now. Here we go. The right-hander should be the place where you set up a slipstream. You can't really overtake there most of the time. So he's got to set up the slipstream on the long start-finish straight.
Yeah, he's giving it a good old go. as we watch from the wire cam here, down towards turn 1. As we've also got Motti McCarry getting through. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, Rony and Motti McCarry getting through on Majester. Hello. I don't even know what's going on there, Eoin. Sorry. I think Majester's
it's okay,
made a move
yeah,
on
Majester is credited as having the position, but it must have been just at the start finish. Motti McCarry would have overtaken. Rony would have overtaken Motti McCarry. I think that's what it is.
And Majester has got past as well.
Yes,
so yeah, I think finally we've worked out what happened. Congratulations to Majester. Motti McCarry pushed Rony over on the straight, slowed them both down. Majester got through. But yeah, still close at the front. 7/10 separating 1 and 2, with Adam, the cork in the bottle at the moment, holding up Unite nicely to hold on to P3 for the common folk, I'll call them. Yeah, best of the rest at the moment. And Dodislav's joining in the party as well for the winners team.
Oh, Unite's gone very high into the penultimate corner, and that's opened the door for Tamuli. He does the right thing by backing out rather than compromising the pair of them into the final corner, so he should be able to equalise the slipstream here that Unite will get off Adam. It's just a little bit too far back at this particular moment, but yeah, definitely a small misjudgment there from Unite, and put him under a bit more pressure. Again, he is using the brakes at the very last moment, so this time it pays off, and he's closing in on Adam again.
Yeah, Hachiroku's getting up close and personal with Nozzle as well, just behind this group, and looks like he might be trying to line up a move. Race Queen teammates of Magic and Lorenzo are in a similar position. Likewise, Majester has got up to the back of Crash now, and probably might end up going for a move here. Yep.
Yeah, Crash lost about 2 seconds that last lap compared to Majester's 1 minute 49.8. So his ambitions of getting a top 10 finish have been dealt a hefty blow. It's not over yet by any means, but Majester is definitely one of our drivers to continue to watch here, as he's made a fantastic run through the grid, and he's not going to sit around and wait much longer as Crash decides to use a bit of drifting there just to make sure he can make the corner, and maybe he's left the door open. Majester took the option to go down the inside, but he wasn't far enough with front end to front end to make that move. He goes the long way around, hitting the wall. As a matter of fact, could that be a genius pass if he can make it stick? No, he may have compromised himself as Rony. He's going to use the wide open surface before they have to go to turn 10. So that's where 2 wide is the best you can get there. So Rony backs out, but he sees Crash going on the high side, and again a bit of contact with the wall. So remarkable stuff here, but Majester does make his pass eventually.
Yeah, made it around the outside in the end, with the walls aiding his move there a little bit. But yeah, as they come back onto the home straight, it is Majester making up the places up to P10 now in this race. Gabba starts lap 6. Rick Cardle there in P2, and it's 7 seconds back to this battle between Adam and Unite. Adam in the black and orange, and Unite in the red. Close as you like. As Rony now wants to get through on Crash as well. There he goes at turn 3.
It's another awkward few moments for Crash, losing out on 2 positions.
Oh
my goodness!
Yeah,
the
Adam's
spin!
gone round.
Adam's spun around. He's gonna be met with the Mooley oncoming. So Dodislaw had more time to react and is up to 4th place after all. So Unite will probably have to put his hands up there and say, yeah, that was a misjudgment.
Yeah, and a half. Wow. Yeah. I mean, the gap was barely there, and well, he forced the move. Adam wasn't giving it up, and unfortunately Adam has fallen down now to P6 in our race, just behind Thamuli. But yeah, United's work's not over yet. He's got Dodislav right behind him now. But poor Adam down to P6. Yeah, a bit of a shame, that one. So Unite goes from being the hunter to the hunted. Dodislav gets to have some fun. Slipstream down this pretty long home straight. We were talking about this. It's deceptively long, actually. But it is quite a long track, 3.7 kilometers. So you've got this long old straight, but not long enough for Dodislav to feel like he could make a move there. Such is the way that the apex tightens up, and it's not that wide on the exit. As Yari is making a move on McElroy. That's Redbot in the background as well. But Yari could tell that up a place to P14 now, ahead of McElroy. Oh, McElroy into the back of Yari, pushes him deep, and the place switches straight back again. All drama at the back as well. He's still got an overlap. Yeah. He's still got an overlap.
Oh
no, not again.
And it ends in tears.
And Steve
another
makes
spin in the background.
Contact, yeah.
Yeah, that was I think it was McElroy still spinning around there. So
yeah, he bounced off the wall.
Yeah,
pushed into the path of Steve. So yeah, bit unlucky really. Not much Steve could have done. Well, not much McElroy could have done either really. But anyway, they continue on. Adam's now on a recovery drive. He's got Nozzle just behind him. Nozzle and Hashiroku have definitely spaced out a bit now. But actually, I think the closest battle is between Dodislav and Unite, and they're not particularly close either. So the drivers really are starting to space out. The next closest battle is for the lead. 0.4 of a second over start-finish between Gabba and Rickardle. During the end of qualifying, Owen, they were trading best overall server laps. I think we were watching that.
Yeah, that is indeed the case. Yeah, it came down to the best server laps, and it was really, really close run thing, and it's proven to be once more. So Gabor has not won an XRT race, I think, as a member of an RTFR event. So it's his chance just to keep Sidus domination going, but get his name involved. So Unite has won 2 of the most recent ones. And of course, the best XRT driver back in the day was Agent or Niki Dakovic with 3 wins. So Unite has to try and level that score, but at the moment it's not going to happen.
A blast from the past. But there we are. That's why I like Rony's stats. He keeps copious notes on all of the races, all the stats. So with a long-lived championship like this, you end up with all sorts of names coming up to haunt you, as Dodislav is coming up to haunt Unite again. Oh, Unite's gone deep. Dodislav's going to say thank you very much for that one. That's an easy opportunity. Unite's got a good exit. They're going to be side by side down to the next corner, which is a left-hander. And yeah, Unite's crept back ahead again. Lucky though. That was an unforced error from Unite there.
Yeah, I mean, there's difference in the gearbox setup for sure there, because Unite was a bit slow on the gears, so he's obviously preferring top speed, whereas Dodislav was really racing through his gears, so he had acceleration on his mind. But unfortunately, it was just too long of a straight for Dodislav to make the most of it with acceleration. So he's now losing out another few kilometers an hour there on the start finish. And here we are, the change for the lead. Rickardle has done it.
Yeah, he's through. Not sure where it happened. I think we caught this quite late. But yeah, he's been chipping away at Gabba's lead, and there's been a switch somewhere between the start-finish straight and turn 3. I picked them up at turn 3, and now can Rickardle slip away? You sort of cursed him a bit there, Owen, Gabba.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Alas, yeah, his remarkable form, it's reflected in the championship standings. So if Rick uses this opportunity to win at the Sidus ring, it will close the gap slightly. And car facing backwards somewhere on the track.
Yeah,
It is
it's
Martin
Capel, and I'll tell you what that is. That's his wheelbase disconnecting. He's been having all sorts of trouble. I won't mention the brand, but those that know, he's been having some disconnect problems with his brand new wheelbase. So that's a big shame. There's nothing worse than getting new hardware and it just lets you down like that. But he's been complaining about it today, and it's happened a couple of times during races, and it's cursed him again. So yeah, I hope he can get it sorted, because there's nothing worse, is there?
No, absolutely not. It really does kick you, really. All your efforts to set up your new hardware, and then it just lets you down. Exactly as you say, It is so demoralizing.
Well, hopefully you can get it sorted out, or just send it back. Just send it back. Get another one. Anyway, we've got Gabba closing up again on Rick Cardle. I'm sure he'll want that position back. No love lost between these two teammates, that's for sure. They'll be out for blood. They'll be racing each other hard, and what will be will be. As Unite goes deep again into turn 1. Very, very deep. Dodislav might have a run around the outside here. But no, Unite's able to cover him off for now. But Unite's on the ragged edge, and Thamuli and Adam are only just there. So we are going to have a 4-way fight for the podium in this one, which is always an exciting, tantalising thing to say. We've got a battle at the back. We've got Mies and Soini, and we've got Bozo as well, getting in the mix. Get an opportunity to show Mika's onboard VR view for once. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. And Timu slides heavily out of turn 1, and Bozo has overtaken him as well. I think there's tire trouble on the back of that World Class Lions XRT. He's just burning it up. He's sliding all over the shop, and that may be another DNF. It is, actually.
Well, just as we put him on the cameras, Soini's out of it after a promising bit of drama. And here's another bit of promising drama. We've got Dodislav and Unite side by side again. Unite is barely hanging on here, and Thamuli's going for a move on Dodislav. Dodislav's not going to like that. He'll want Thamuli to just work with him for a bit, given the chance. Dodislav will be through on Unite, I think, but Thamuli's in it for himself at the end of the day. But yeah, Unite is really struggling now for some reason. And wouldn't Adam love to be at the front of this group once again?
Yeah, absolutely. It would be an exceptional comeback if he can make these overtakes to get what he would have been aiming for when he qualified P3, which is to hold on to it and make sure that he can... Unite's drifted very high. Dodislav again has to respond, taking more time out of his lap. Thamuli again pushes high, and Adam dives down the inside. Thamuli has been outfoxed there.
Well,
and this could be Adam's steps to one of the best drives of the season to have been involved in an accident. None of the blame can go to Adam, so the fact that he's so close to that podium after all with Unite all over the shop, this could be Adam's day.
Sorry, I jumped in there. I think I thought Dodislav was going to cause him a headache, but yeah, Unite's had a terrible exit. Adam might go from the back to the front of this group, and I think he will here. Dodislav is on the outside. He's hit the wall. Adam's gone from where was that? He was down in P6 to P3. Brilliant stuff. Unite's nowhere. What an incredible piece of drama that was.
This is a real mantra of never giving up. It could have been a terrible day for Adam if he couldn't recover from that spin, but he has gotten everything back that he would have felt was lost, and it's gone horribly wrong for Unite. He's even got a bit of clutch trouble. It's just a tiny bit of red, so it's certainly fixable, but yeah, that would be a big concern that he's used a lot of clutch.
Well, that's a great bit of racing we just saw there. I thought that Adam was going to rear end Dodislav in that move on Thamuli, but it all worked out in the end. And he's pulled away. United's dropping off at this point. But these two at the front still glued together. And we've not been able to look at them for a couple of laps, but let's give them the airtime. Rick Cardle leading his teammate, Gabba. Rick Cardle obviously needs to start getting points back in the bank against Gabba, so he needs this result tonight. He really needs to win this one.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. It's so important to pick up wins within the first half of the campaign. It means that you can start doing the calculations in your head and saying, if I can do this at a track that I'm good at, and then if I can do that at a track that I'm not so comfortable with, or maybe a particular car, then that's how you can figure out a way to win this season one after all.
Do you know what I thought you were going to say, Eoin? I thought you were going to say start to calculate your tax return, because obviously there is prize money available in this championship. Yeah, do your taxes, folks. But yeah, no, Rick Cardle really does need to start banking some more points. But yeah, as it stands, these two are going to end up with the same points because Gabba's got the fastest lap and pole position. So actually, no, Gabba will be ahead, won't he? Because he'll have one extra point from qualifying. So it's either way, it's a disaster for Rick Cardle, but it's good to get a win nonetheless. You can't do any better than that, but he could, if he steals the fastest lap, tie with Gabba in the round's points. Chris is just filling us in on the points rules in the background. Rick Cardle would be a point ahead if he takes the fastest lap after this round. So very close, but that's what you want. You want to just start eating away at that lead in the championship. And yeah, it looks like he's opening up that gap now. 0.7 of a second. Let's have a look further back to see what's happening in this P4 battle now. Adam's sort of checked out. Dodislav looking to make a move on Thamili here.
Yeah, try and get back the fourth position. So it's basically a mirror of what we had a bit earlier on with Unite down in sixth. And Dodislav, who was briefly flirting with fourth, is now fifth. Thamili hits the wall a bit, and yeah, that's the inside line available. So can Dodislav use the acceleration better this time? No, doesn't look like it. So that's a drawback of his setup choice, but he does have the inside line available for turn 10 if he can benefit. No, it's good defense from Thamili. Fastest lap from Gabor, so he's closing the gap down by a few hundredths, but those will really make a difference late into the race when time to make a pass could make all the difference, particularly so late into the show.
We were briefly watching a fight between Crash and Yari, but now we've got Dodislav potentially up the inside of Thamili. Yes, he is. Oh, but he's got a tank slapper on, and Thamili will be back through. And Unite's pace will suffer as a result. Adam really has checked out now. But yeah, Unite's going to do a cutback here, and he's back through on Dodislav anyway. Dodislav's got a good exit, and he might have a slipstream back on Unite here. But yeah, timing tower updates. Unite past Dodislav. Yeah, we're running out of laps here, Eoin. And while this battle here is anyone's guess who's going to take P4, P3 is pretty much written now, and P1, the win, and P2 definitely could change. The gap is negligible. It's about half a second between first and second, but yeah, it's not a trivial distance. That Gabba needs to find something in the next 4 laps. He sets another fastest lap of 47.99.
Nice.
while we watch this fight for P5 again. Vladislav on the inside, Unite with a drift out of the final corner. That's going to slow him down, and they're going to be side by side up to start finish.
Yeah, this is so important now. The inside line is definitely Władysław's to take. Unite will have to rely on turn 2 to dig him out of this situation. Maybe try a double of handbrake. Oh, using the wall very efficiently there. Władysław still has a great piece of action there to dive through, and he really puts in a drift to try and put Unite off, but actually may not have paid off whatsoever. But they'll go side by side for a little while yet.
Yes, they will. Great action, and yeah, it looks like the Sidus ring is once again proving challenging.
Bit of contact.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think he tagged the apex, and that spun him round. There was no contact with each other. So, well, unfortunate there for Władysław, completely unlucky there with the contact. But at the end of the day, the margins are pretty fine, and you've got to get it perfect, or it will bite you. Losing a place also to Nozzle as well.
And Nozzle having a great race, of course. So P6 for him now. Very underrated performance today from Nozzle, but he's going to get a fantastic haul of points here, as the misfortune, of course, is Władysław's.
Yeah, little gems of performances from Nozzle over the last season and a half. And yeah, another good result here tonight for sure. It's not easy being the top placed race green driver. There's lots of talent in that team, and always a good turnout to RTFR, of course. So yeah, Nozzle putting his stamp on his new team. It is still a new team in terms of the length of time that Nozzle's been in Live for Speed. It was Friends United, of course, and they're now over to Race Green and doing a great job. As we've got Mad Jester through on Hachiroku over start finish. And Rony is close to Magic. Could think about going for a move. Goes to the outside, and he has the overspeed. Does he have the overlap for turn 2? Well, looks like Magic's going to have the momentum. Yeah, Rony's given away too much time there. That's for sure. And actually, the gap at the front has opened up even more. It's now 0.6 of a second between Rick and Gabbert. So it looks like Rick has got a firm grip on this race at the moment, as we continue to watch Rony and Magic battling it out for P11 in the race.
Here comes Rony, so he'll have to perhaps make a dive for the inside here. It's very quick corner here, deceptively fast. Turn 6 now in the hard braking point into 7, and again Magic has positioning skills down to a T there, so nothing Rony could have done there. Nicely done.
Yeah, good battles, and it's fun to see, a track like this back in the rotation in RTFR. A track that the drivers aren't going to be very familiar with. The last time we used it was with a GT4, the M400S GT4, and Jari Catella's had a shocking exit from the hairpin, backed up Redbot. Steve has actually backed out himself now as well, but it could have been a double pass there for Steve if he'd have been a bit better positioned out of the hairpin.
Yeah, I get what you mean there. It is just one of those things where you need to plan ahead what may happen, so it just didn't quite fall into place the way Stephen would have wanted. So yeah, it's better off just not going for a cavalier move and hitting someone into a spin. So yeah, he'll try again just before the race is done. Mad Jester now is on show here against Lorenzo. P8 at stake between these two drivers, and yeah, perhaps the best point to overtake will be the corner coming up, or the sequence coming up just after this one when they cross the sector 1 line. Lorenzo hits the wall, so he's going to lose out on a bit of acceleration. It is pretty much a dead heat between these two drivers before they start to make a turn on the wheel, and now braking again for the right-hander. Oh, this could be the moment now that Matt Jester was hoping for. Lorenzo has left the corner open, but again, momentum could play a very important factor here. Yes, side by side, door to door, before the double apex left. And Lorenzo has position now, and he won't permit any kind of dive bombs.
Yeah, that was close. Oh, both of them hitting the wall there. I thought that Majesta might have been able to go later on the brakes. He had been throughout the rest of the lap having much tighter lines. As we take a look at Redbot, who is doing sort of the same sort of challenge on Jari Katila with Steve Martin in the background. But it's not worked out, as we are now on to the final lap. Gabba and Rick Cardle have gone over start finish for a final 2 and a bit mile trip around the Sidus Ring, their home turf in Live for Speed.
Yeah, blue flags for Hermione. He sees them and he'll let the 2 leaders by. The battle, of course, the 3 battle 14th is at the mercy of Redbot at the minute if he can get by Jari, and of course Stephen wants to poach that off him as well. But yeah, we have to balance the coverage here. This is perhaps Gabor's last real chance heading into turn 10 to make an overtake, to win the race after starting from pole. Ricardo overtook him. Certainly he worked his way through at the turn 3 hairpin, so that was where the decisive moment occurred. But here we go, last chance for the leaders. And again, Steve Martin is on the inside. This is exactly what I was talking about. Very similar overtake here. And there's no way through there. Martin uses the car as a shield to make sure there was no turning point for Jari. Leaders coming to the final bend now. Rick has the defense at the moment. Gabor would need something special here to stop him. He's understeering a bit further into the corner, and it looks to be game over. Ricardo wins and breaks the sequence of Gabor, so championship very much on again.
Yes, Ricardo at the death there of the race, stealing the fastest lap, a 1:47.85. So brilliant. He'll take the most points of anybody for this round, and it'll be a little bit of a chip away from Gabba's lead, but ending ending the run of success for Gabba, but certainly not for Sidus at their home turf, getting the win here today. Adam best of the rest. He takes P3, and it's the Mooley who gets P4. He's clearly happy with that, doing some 11s on the road there.
Yeah, really good to have to say there. Good mixture of drivers getting their shine today. Nossel, as I said, we didn't really see much of his driving, but the fact that he kept out of trouble, he's earned himself a very good 6th place. Dadislav perhaps feeling a little bit rueful that didn't work out for him, so 7th place is still good, but not what he would have liked. And then Majesta and Rony falling in behind Lorenzo there. Very close battle for 8th. Lorenzo winning out there. And then Rony gets to P10. And across the line we saw the battle for 14th. And actually Jari won out. So fabulous job there.
Yeah, the drivers are in the chat commenting on how good of a race it was. Some people really enjoyed that one, and I can tell why, because there was never a dull moment, was there? And we had action all up and down the grid. And everybody is finished now, so we can do a rundown of the results. Winning at home, Rick Cardle in 32 minutes and 38 seconds, ahead of his teammate Gabba, with the fastest lap as well, 1:47.85 for Rick Cardle. So yeah, really nice effort in the end to get the maximum points he could in the race, that's for sure. Then we have Adam in P3. Final step of the podium goes to him, with Zafralis Themeli there in P4. Best of the rest, just off the podium. Then we've got Unite. He did have P4 at the beginning, but lost a place in the end to finish P5. Then it's Nozzle, Dodislav, Lorenzo, Majesta, and Rony, your top 10. We've got Magic, Hachiroku, Crash, Jari Katila, Steve Martin, Redbot, Motta Mikari, Bozo, Miko Sarkinen, and Hermione, your 20 finishers for round 5 of the 2025 season 1 of RTFR in Live for Speed. Oh, and I really enjoyed that. That was thoroughly enjoyable in the XRT.
Yes, of course. The fact that we did have lots of clean overtakes. The option is certainly there in the XRT. It can take a lot of cosmetic impacts and keep going as normal. So yeah, lots of clean overtakes, and we saw different techniques in corners, and Indeed, a few mistakes definitely spice things up a bit, but an outstanding drive from Rick Hardle, getting the better of the pole sitter today. It doesn't happen as often as you think. So the fact that he won out with an on-track overtake, clean as a whistle, it's what you love to see here in RTFR.
Yeah, there he is on the start-finish straight, doing a few donuts for the fans, of course. And yeah, why not? Well deserved. Good effort. Stiff competition, of course, from his very talented teammate, Rick Cardle there. Celebrates into the night.
Yeah, without a doubt. And mutual respect between the Sidus drivers. And yeah, it will certainly bode well as we head into the month of March. For the most part, of course, today is indeed the 4th, so we have begun the month. But yeah, the real action certainly will be from 2 weeks on, from round 6. So that's one I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, we don't normally get to chat with the drivers after RTFR, but it seems like we're going to break with tradition. Adam Brown joins us in the commentary box. Adam, are you here for a chat? How did you enjoy that? It looked frantic.
I am indeed. I enjoyed that quite greatly. That was quite a fun race.
Yeah, you lost quite a lot of places to Unite there. A bit of a pinch point at the what was it, turn 7 or something, but you managed to get it back in a load of drama, and it looked great.
Yeah, I knew that I was going to struggle with tires. I always struggle on tires with LFS, so I was just doing my own race. I think it was a bit of an unfortunate contact. It's a difficult corner, but I just knew that if I kept my own pace, even if they get away from me, it'll come back to me because my tires will be nice, and that's what happened. So I'm pretty happy with myself there.
Hey Adam, nice to hear from you again. It's been a little while since I've chatted to you anyway, but what do you think about the track overall? Is it one that you'd certainly recommend people to track down and have a try themselves?
Oh, I mean, as with all of these layouts on the layout square, they do look a little bit weird, but especially for being such a flat track, I really enjoyed that. There's definitely despite the lack of elevation, there's definitely some really challenging corners that take a few goes to fully understand. So yeah, quality track.
Someone in the chat's just said this is what happens when you order Portimao from AliExpress, which I think is, to be fair, it kind of backs up what Adam said. Portimao is not one of the circuits we compared it to in the pre-show, Owen.
Well, I did say Portugal at the end.
Algarve.
I call it Algarve.
Oh, you did call it Algarve. Sorry, yeah. Right. Well, it's a bit harsh, but you get the idea. With a bit of undulation, this would certainly be something different. But yeah, Adam, it looked like you had fun out there tonight. Thanks for having.
I think. Yeah. Just to add there, I think we maybe know somebody who could give us some comparison between Portimao and this track.
I don't know if Owen knows the reference, but I certainly know the reference. Chris knows the reference. Yep, thanks for that, Adam. And,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers for joining us in the Country Box. Good to see you back especially in a TCR livery. What can I say? Great to see it.
Especially that dark one.
Exactly, the dark one. It's pretty sweet. Great to see you back in the action, and we'll hope to see you again soon, Adam.
Yep, thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
Good luck. Bye.
Adam Brown there, driving his way to P3 tonight. But he didn't have it all his own way there, Owen. It was a bit of a battle in the end. But yeah, great to see him back and a good result.
Of course, yeah. As I said, he never threw in the towel. He felt this race was still open to him, and it certainly proved to be the case. Despite the spin, he was hit and the car spun around, so he was able to recover and finish where he was on target to in the battle with Unite. He was on target for a 3rd or 4th. And he maximised his output, so I'm very, very impressed. So well done to Adam.
Good stuff. That brings to a close round 5 of RTFR Season 1 for 2025, which means we focus our attention on the next race of the season, which is going to be in 2 weeks' time on March 5th with a Skoda mod approved and licensed at South City Town Course. So that's going to be a good one. That is the Skoda Felicia kit car, which we will see in action, hopefully with a big grid at South City on March 18th. We hope you can join us for that one. Owen, I know you're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely keep an eye out for that one and wait and see how it goes. So yeah, it's definitely something very, very special to have the officially licensed Skoda.
Yeah, another one. Excellent stuff. You don't have to wait long for more action in Live for Speed on our channel, because on Sunday we are going to be back at Portland E-Prix-Circuit for round 3 of Master Race Cars E-Challenge. We'd love to see you either on the grid or in the grandstands on Twitch or YouTube watching this one, because the drivers are putting in a spectacular amount of effort to prepare for these races that Michael Malik is throwing at them. And the championship is pretty tight and very, very exciting. We've had lots of action up and down the grid, and we hope to continue that this weekend. So please, if you want to sign up for Master Race Cars E-Challenge on the Live for Speed forum and help us bulk out the grid a little bit, or join us for the broadcast on Sunday evening at 5:45 UTC here on Twitch or YouTube. Owen, I think that pretty much brings to a wrap tonight's show. It's been a good one. I've really enjoyed the Sidus Ring once again, and good to see the XRT back in there as well.
Yeah, exactly. It is the real classic of the car set here in LFS. We've known it throughout the full lifespan of the game. To be honest, it is one of the oldest cars that was ever released. So the fact that it's still really popular, and it still is it's still as fun to drive as it's ever been. So it's great that we can pick it fairly reliably from our list of cars, and it put on another very fine show today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even you're right, with the huge list of mods that we have in Live for Speed now, the old classics still have a place, and that is proved tonight by the fact that everybody had such a good time driving the XRT here. So from all of us here at Sim Broadcasts, we wish you a great evening. We thank our sponsors for this one, World Class Lions, and obviously the Race Queen team, as always, for putting on the show. It's been a good one. To all of you, have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.